What I have in front of me here says, northern groups give opposing governors 30 days to reverse their decision. You know what they're saying? They're saying that all these governors, especially in southern Nigeria, who are saying that there is no land for Ruga in their homelands, in their states, that they have to reverse their decisions within 30 days, or else they themselves, the Fulani people, will not be able to guarantee the safety of any southerner in northern Nigeria. This actually happened.
We placed President Buhari and the federal government on notice that they must act to halt and completely stop this raging madness within 30 days, beginning from today, Wednesday, July 3, 2019. For the avoidance of doubt, we advise the federal authorities and the southern leaders to heed the 30-day notice, failing which we will most definitely be left with no option than to consider resorting to our decisive line of action. We remind the nation that so long as the Fulani will not be allowed to enjoy their citizens' right of living and flourishing in any part of this country, including the South, no one should also expect us to allow any southerner to enjoy the same in northern Nigeria.
The man said, as long as the Fulanis cannot be allowed to take a share of their citizenship. These are the same people Buhari told us were coming in from Niger, from Mali, from Chad. They are now claiming citizenship in our land. And they are telling you that if you do not allow for the forceful takeover of your land in the southern part of Nigeria, that they will not even allow your own people in the north to sleep and have peace. Ruga, as many of us know, is a very satanic project, and it is actually the final phase in the forceful Islamization of Nigeria. There is no question about that at all. But you know what is even more absurd about Ruga? What is so absurd about it is that the federal government does not have right to go and take over people's lands in their states. But look what they did in Benue. They've done it in so many other states. My own southeast people are keeping quiet, but you see what Benue did. The Benue, they came and took over lands without informing the state government, according to the personal assistant or whatever to the government. They said they were not aware. Nobody told them. They just came and pointed at a place and said, from here. I mean, one of the men who took the journalists to the land where they put on the signposts that they have already marked for their Ruga, the guy was asked a question. He said, Oga, how far is this land that the federal government has taken for Ruga? The guy said, as far as your eyes can see.
Some people just came there, raise that fence there in the name of Ruga or whatever, without consultation with the people and for no projects that we know of, and we are not going to allow them. We have scattered the signpost. Before the end of today, this fence will come down. And there's no dimension to it. It's endless.
So they took this land and there's no measurement.
No measurement.
As far as
they just started doing their fencing.
So how long is the fence? Because I see it started from here down there.
As long as you can go. As long as you can go.
Can you even believe that this is happening in the 21st century? Federal government does not have right over lands that are in the states. So this is stealing, broad daylight robbery. This is banditry happening before our eyes. And they are saying that if you don't allow them to steal your land, that they will not allow your people to drink and drop their cups up there in the north. This actually happened. This is a press release. These people want to destroy us. You know what is happening? I saw another video again when they heard in the news that some Fulani men were escorted out of a village in Enugu State. Immediately, they summoned the governor. Nobody was killed though. No cow was killed. Immediately, the governor had to go there to reassure them that there was no troubles. And at that meeting, A Fulani man made a statement that many people are not paying attention to. He said, this is the place where we all grew up, where we were born, and our forefathers were born here too. That statement might come to you like a simple thing. You know what he's trying to let you know? He's trying to let you know that they are also part of the people who own the land here.
I must have to tell you that in Enugu State, where we are born, and our forefathers were born in Enugu State, we've been enjoying that peaceful coexistence. And when you come on board, you improve on that. You brought us close to the government. So we are here to say that mischief makers will not succeed, inshallah, in Enugu State.
This is what we have walked ourselves into. Are you surprised he's saying that, knowing that Fulani people have gone on radio, on TV live, and told Governor Otom of Benue State that he has no right whatsoever to challenge their rights to ownership of lands in that place. They actually told the governor that they were in Benue State before them, the owners of the land. Watch what is going to happen if we let this go. Very soon, Fulanis will begin to change the history and let us know that Fulanis were in Enugu State before the indigents of Enugu State. This is how it begins. He's already telling you our forefathers. That's why the governor has made one of them an SA. He's a special advisor to the governor, a Fulani man. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, there was a time that a former governor of Kano State took some Igbo people and put him in the government. I don't have a problem with that. But you know what? The Igbo man will never wake up any day and want to kill you and take over your land. Never. He will never do that. But look at the set of people we are dealing with. Very soon they will tell you we are large in number now, so we need somebody to represent us more in government, not just SA position. We need a deputy governor. They will start using deputy governorship positions and be giving it to Fulani people. That slot will soon begin to go to Fulani people if we don't do anything. And the moment a Fulani man becomes a deputy governor, you can rest assured that your life is at risk. Before you know what is going on, they take you out and they're going to take over. And from that moment they take over, they change everything in that state. It becomes constitutionally and officially a Fulani state. Sharia then comes in immediately. In Abia State, you know what happened? Fulani men went into somebody's farm. After destroying the farm, I think the people got angry and killed, I think, 1 or 2 cows. The governor of the state immediately sent money to go and give to Fulani to pay for their cows. I hope that governor had paid fully for all the things that were destroyed, because normally they would never do that. They went quickly from the government office. A man was sent to go and give money to the chief to give to the Fulani men for their cow that died, so that there is peace. This actually happened. As if that was not enough, Governor Wike said that there is no questions that Rivers State is a Christian state. Again, they came after him. That Wike is misguided. That it is wrong for him to say that Rivers State is a Christian state. Eastern Nigeria, we are 98 to 99% Christians. Are you kidding me? And you're telling the man he has no right to say that Rivers is a Christian. So you want to start by secularizing Rivers State and then Islamizing it. When you have 12 states in the northern part of Nigeria who are already under Sharia, full-blown Sharia, and when a state is under Sharia, you cannot open your mouth to utter and say that this is even a secular state, not to talk of anything else. If you do that, you're going to lose your life. So it's okay to have Sharia states, 12 of them up north, but you cannot open your mouth to utter the word Christian state in the south. Do you see how these people are exposing themselves? Is there still anybody who is still asleep, who does not understand what is going on? That we are under bondage, that we are headed for a major disaster. Is there anybody who is still in doubt? These are the things that were up in my mind. This was why I put out the video I put out concerning the Koza rape situation. This is it happening right now. You see why I told you to forget about Koza and begin to protest the Ruga? You see why I said that? I put out that video, people didn't understand. I mean, overwhelmingly there's been a lot of positive reaction, but there are some people who thought maybe this man wants to condone rape. He wants to. No, I don't condone rape. I do not excuse rape. God in heaven knows I will never excuse rape. I have counseled a lot of rape victims before. I know what rape is. I know what it does to women and to men too. Some males have been raped before too. In a few weeks' time, my media productions company is going to be moving into a beautiful African country to shoot a movie that the story is based off of rape. So I know what rape is all about. I could never condone it. But unfortunately, in this particular case, we did not follow due process. And the whole thing was too fishy. But then, above all, it wasn't even just about the due process and the fishiness of the whole story. It was the fact that I was so sure, and I am still very sure, that all these things are being orchestrated to form what you call a satanic distraction from the real thing. Did you see that the Fulanis have been so quiet while Buhari was busy frantically implementing his Ruga projects? The moment America showed up and pressure began to come and he suspended it, boom, it took them just 24 hours or less or more just to come out and begin to make a video. They are threatening us that we must allow them to do Ruga. And we are busy talking about protesting Koza. And Christians are falling for this nonsense. That's why I put out that video. You can see it for yourself now. We are in danger. This is a dire strait. Let me tell you before I close this video. Let me tell you why this Ruga, this Koza thing was brought up. You know, Turkey was 100% a Christian nation before it was conquered. Today, Turkey is 99.7% Muslim. The book of Ephesians you have in the Bible is located in present day Ephesus is located in present day Turkey. You remember that part of Revelation where we have the letter to the 7 churches of Revelation? Those 7 churches are located in present day Turkey. There's a church, it was supposed to be the oldest and the biggest ancient church of all times. It was built by St. Peter that you read about in the Bible. I think it was called St. Sophia or Hagia Sophia Church. The moment the Ottoman Turkey guys took over, they went to that beautiful edifice and turned it into a mosque. Why did they do that? Whenever Islam conquers a region, the first thing they do is that they remove all the signposts and landmarks that point to Christianity or anything or any other religion, and then begin to change them into ones that point to Islam. Landmarks mean the word to them. And as far as they are concerned, Nigeria already technically has fallen to Islam. You do not know that. That is why Buhari brought about Ruga. Ruga is the final phase. There's no way he would have introduced Ruga if they didn't know or believe that Nigeria has completely fallen to the caliphate in its entirety. And so if Nigeria has fallen to the caliphate, what that means is that Abuja is not your national capital. Abuja in reality is the Caliphate Islamic capital of Nigeria. Abuja, let me say it again, is not your national capital. It is the Caliphate Islamic capital of Nigeria. And so all these imposing structures, churches, magnificent edifices that are churches in Abuja, they are a threat. And so all of them are going to be kicked out. You see, they started with Fatoyinbo because they probably considered that Fatoyinbo should be a weaker link. They had to dig into something that allegedly happened 20 years ago. And some people were busy going for protest, but you do not know that when they are done with Fatoyinbo, they are going to move over to Paul Enenche, and they're going to move over to Bishop Abioye of Unas Chapel. They're going to move over to all of them one by one. They've got stuff on each and every one of these people. Something they're going to hold on to. And they're going to end up using Christians to bring fellow Christians down. And when they are done, they will do what? They will laugh at you and then change all the signposts everywhere. That's why, look at all the people who protested Koga. Most of the people at the forefront of the protest were Muslims, wearing burqa and all kinds of stuff. They were Muslims. Whenever there is an update or breaking news on this whole Timi Busola rape issue, it's always on a Facebook page or website of a Muslim. Why are they so interested? And you did not even understand that you're flowing with it. You don't understand what is happening. The guys are smarter than us. Christians, wake up. Wake up. We are in danger. When they finish with Abuja, pastors, they're going to come to Lagos, because you know Lagos now has gotten an emir. The caliphate has landed in Lagos, and whenever they land, it means that conquest has happened. So when they finish there, you see, these things sound a little too preposterous, like it's too big. How can this even happen? That was how we were thinking that Boko Haram would never leave Northeast. That's how we were thinking that Fulani would never get to Middle Belt. Okay, what happened today? We were thinking, oh, like, how can they even ever enter the South? Do you remember 2 years ago when people were saying this thing happening there will never happen in the South? They have finished with Middle Belt. They are now in southwest of Nigeria. And now they are so interested in Eastern Nigeria because that's where all the oil is. That's why you see all our governors are being hounded and threatened, all of them. From Ebonyi State to Enugu State to Abia State to Rivers State. Look at what happened during elections in Rivers. These people are not relenting. We are the ones who are making excuses for them. We are trying to explain their wickedness every day rather than standing up to these people and taking over. We are defending their madness. These guys want to wipe us off. Especially my own people in Eastern Nigeria. They want to deal with us. We have to go back to the drawing book right now and plan and pray. This is why we are praying on Facebook. 12 midnight every day throughout the month of July. We are praying. I told you, without prayer, these guys will finish you and I in Nigeria. There is no other hope. They have everything from head to toe. They have everything. We don't have nothing but the power from God. That's why we are praying. Join us on Facebook to pray. You can skip that sleep at midnight. Let us pray. It was when we started praying that God began to answer our prayers by bringing America to pay attention to our people. That is why the Ruga thing was suspended, and more pressure will still come. America is the only one who can help. Our prayer is the only thing that can make them do it. Are you going to pray? Or are you going to continue whining and protesting? May God help His church.